Here's my 1991 Ford F-350 with the 7.3 IDI diesel. That's a non-turbo diesel for you guys that don't know. And what I got going on today is changing out a radiator. You can see where that seam right there busted. Should be a straight line. But. So, figure I'd do a little video as I go. It, as things go, they never happen when it's nice out, so it's about 20 degrees out here. But you gotta get it fixed. So far I just got the top hose going to the thermostat off, and I've gotten the fan shroud started. Got a few bolts to pull here. Oh, there's 4 bolts on the 2 bolts on each side of the fan shroud, 4 altogether. And I believe it's the same for the radiator in this truck. I think it's 4, 1 on the top, 1 on the bottom on each side, and it should pop right out. I'm not gonna have to drain this one because I got that same exact bulge on the bottom. So, but when I get ready to crawl in or do the hoses, I'll show you where you can drain that out. And I'm gonna open the petcock on this one, but I have a feeling there's not gonna be anything in it. Anyway, I'll see you again here in a minute once I get a little further along. Here we are. We got the fan shroud. All we gotta do is just get it away from the radiator. So I just got it leaned up against the engine block there, up as close as you can to it anyway. And let's crawl under this thing as much as I don't want to. Nice to have a nice heated shop someday with a lift. The shroud, I just took it off with a nut driver, but this is a West Coast Washington truck. You Northeast guys, you know, Pennsylvania, New York, all that area, they probably aren't going to come out with just a nut driver for you. But let's get under here. There should be just about every radiator has a drain of some kind. So this one is right here. It's just a twist style petcock. I'm gonna open that up, but I doubt, like I said, I doubt I'm gonna get anything out of mine. It should be on the driver's side, depending on brand of radiator. I guess it could be on the passenger side, but there's that. And then got transmission in and out. I don't have a separate transmission cooler on this old truck, so it's all the same. Goes through the same radiator. So a few lines to undo here, and then I'll be back with you. Alright guys, radiator's out. All you got, once you get your hoses undone on the bottom, is you just got 2 bolts. You can see them clips. One right here, and one right below. Driver's side and passenger side. Pull them out. Then there's these 2 little pins. I think you can see them right there. Same thing, right about, that's my end of my knuckle, but right there, that pin right at the bottom. It's hard to get you guys down in there. There, now you can see it a little better. One on the driver's side, one over there on the passenger side. That's just where your radiator is gonna, all it does is sit on these little clips. So once you get your hoses off and then 4 bolts out, just pull straight up, it'll come out. So here's my old one. Almost embarrassed I let it go this long, but I was trying to make it through till spring so I didn't have to swap this thing out. But like I said, you can see where it got low on antifreeze, and got enough steam pressure in there and finally popped it. So, but this is an old bronze and copper radiator, so I should be able to get some money back on my new one by bringing this to a scrapyard. I'm gonna prep the new one. Here's my new one from O'Reilly's. Got a little ding right here, but shipping. Got a little extra off for that. But other than that, I mean, the thing is spotless. I got these, this one's got plastic caps. Not too keen on how that's gonna be, but they gave me a lifetime warranty on it, so we'll put it to the test. Now I got my transmission in and out, my line from the engine block. I'm gonna transfer my petcock. We'll go right there in that fitting, and then my line from my heater core or the AC will go right here. So I just got to transfer. This is that petcock I was showing you earlier. It's easier to see now. It still works fine. And then this fitting here, I'm going to transfer that if I can get it out. If not, we'll get a new one. Anyway, I'll see you in a few minutes. I know these videos are kind of misleading. It's like watching one of those Saturday morning truck shows where they just make everything seem like it goes quick. But realistically, from the time I stopped, where I showed you the hoses and whatnot, till the radiator's sitting here on the ground, about 20 minutes. And I took everything apart. All I've been using for this whole job so far is just this little Stanley 1/4-inch drive set I got. The nut driver, the wobble socket. Hold on, honey. And that's it. But like I said, it's a West Coast truck, so everything's come apart really good. You East Coast guys might need some WD-40 to go along with it. But we'll see you in a minute. All right, fellas, I got my caps or my fittings swapped. I need to swap. It's all ready to go back in the truck. This radiator came with some new clips to them little, well, I threw them in the trash. So here, these things, you know, these little clip-on nut deals. They don't fit the factory bolts, so, and I'm not gonna bother buying a new bolts for it. These ones are decent enough shape. If this is your first radiator job, radiators don't come with the caps. I don't understand why, but if you got a good solid cap, I got good faith in this one. It relieved before this got hot, or as it was getting hot, but it just couldn't keep up with the amount of steam pressure that was building up because of that radiator's in such poor shape. So if you think your cap's gonna be faulty, or you don't trust it, or you just want to upgrade it, go ahead and get a cap when you order your radiator. Little Dorman help aisles in the part stores, you know, they're good to get you down the road, but I'd recommend getting a good, you know, a stamp brand, or, you know, just a good cap that you can rely on. So other than that, I'm not going to bother showing you how it goes back in. I'm sure you guys all have a pretty good idea of that. Start to finish, if I wasn't filming this video, probably an hour. Doesn't take much, and pretty much anybody with a little bit of mechanical dexterity can handle this job. It's a few bolts. Like I said earlier, I did the whole job with a Stanley 1/4-inch, just a 1/4-inch drive set. Sockets 1/4-inch to half. There's a couple 8mm bolts that I don't think were original with the truck. I think that's something somebody else put in at some point. And then the radiator bolts that hold the radiator to the frame, or to the brackets, those were 10mm. So you get a couple, a 10mm, an 8mm, and a 1/4-inch drive standard set. You'll be good to go. You East Coast guys, get some Croil or WD-40. West Coast guys that don't see the salt and all that good stuff, you can almost damn near do the whole job with a nut driver. So, all right, take care. If you have questions, put them in the comments. Out with the old, in with the new. Just gotta fill it up, make sure there's no leaks. Put the fan shroud back on after I make sure there's no leaks. I need a garage. It ain't fun doing this in this kind of weather.